In this video, I'm going to share with you how to lead a seminar and how to prepare yourself to deliver the maximum value you possibly can to your attendees. What I'm going to cover in this video is really how to lead this seminar by doing the best preparation you possibly can. I'm going to walk you through the exact structure that'll support you in delivering a powerful and transformational experience. Oh, and before I forget, I'm also going to share with you a wonderful free gift at the end of this video, so stick around to the end. Are you ready? Let's go. I have a formula that I use to develop every single seminar, workshop, presentation, outline, YouTube video, every single time. Very simple. Ready? It's why, who, what, how, now. And if you follow this formula, then I guarantee that you will be able to deliver a more powerful presentation that drives action at the end of it. So let's start with the first piece, the why. As you're designing and developing your seminar, it is fundamental that you understand why you are doing this seminar. And I don't just mean why for your clients or why for the attendees, but also why for you. So the first thing you want to do is check into what is the purpose of this seminar? What is the outcome that it is intended to achieve? And so understand that for yourself. For example, this seminar, the purpose of it might be to generate new clients for your coaching programs or for your consulting services. Understand what is the strategic objective of the presentation and what is the why to your client. So the first question is the why to you, and then the second question is the why to your attendee. Now that second why is going to form the foundation of your introduction, of your beginning of your seminar, because you'll want to share that why with your audience. Why? Because when your audience understands what the value is of what you're going to deliver, they're going to get more excited and they're going to be more engaged. So you absolutely want to share your big why. The purpose of sharing your why with your clients is also to build anticipation. And one of the reasons we want to do that is because we want people to stick around till the end. So notice that in the beginning of every video, I share the big why of what that video is for. Now, if this is your first time watching me, you probably don't know this about me. If you want to get to know me a little bit better, you can subscribe to my channel and please like my video. You can even click on the little bell to the right of the subscribe button so that you get notifications every time I drop a new video, which I do all the time. Another thing you might want to consider doing at the beginning of your seminar is asking your audience, why are you here? This is a tactic that, especially if you're at all nervous about delivering your seminar, can loosen you up and loosen the audience up. So you can actually just open up your seminar by saying, hey, why are you here? Share with me why you're here. I used to actually have a flip chart, much like this, at the front of every single presentation I gave, and I would ask that question and then write down the answers people gave me, and then would say to people, all right, I promise that you're going to get these outcomes. I promise that by the time you leave here, you will have made progress on every single one of these things. There's nothing better that you can do at the beginning of a presentation than engage your audience and then make them a big, juicy promise that you're going to deliver on. The second piece is the who. Now, there are also two parts to this who. This is your credibility and also your story. So the who is you. Now, there's also a who that's your audience, but I'll get to that a little bit later. So the credibility, your credibility, what expertise you have, what experience you have, what qualifies you to be up in the front of the room leading a seminar on this topic. Now, it doesn't have to be a bunch of degrees or certifications or anything like that. It could be those things, but it can also be your lived experience. And that's what leads me into piece number 2, your story. The story of how you came to be on the front of that stage, leading this room, leading this seminar, is really powerful, and it will help people to connect with you more deeply. Now, here's the thing. One area where a lot of people go wrong is that they spend either too much or too little time on these things. So I'm going to give you a rule of thumb. I say spend a minute or so on credibility, no more, and about 3 to 5 minutes or so on your story. If you spend more than that, people start to get into like, all right, where is this going? When is she going to get to the good stuff? Or if you spend too little time on it, then people don't have the opportunity to really connect with you and build rapport. Before we move further, I wanted to take this opportunity to ask you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And maybe even hit that little bell button so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video. Thanks. The third piece is the what. Now, the what is where you concretely lay out what it is you're focusing on. And I mean this in a way that's more tactical and strategic rather than just from a big picture perspective. So what I mean by that is what I call the problem solution path or the problem solution paradigm. What the problem solution paradigm is what is the problem that this audience is facing? Now, this is the point where I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about the who, that is the audience. Once you start talking about the problem, your audience should start squirming in their seats and recognizing themselves in the problem. As you're defining the problem, your audience is getting more and more connected to what you're talking about. So this is where you lay out any pain points or problems or struggles that you know your audience has. So for example, when I lead my seminar on retreats to riches and how you can monetize transformational retreats and seminars, I talk about the problem being roller coaster revenues, lack of long-term client relationships, lack of stability, lack of joy, lack of fulfillment. And as I'm talking about these things, I can see that my audience is nodding and relating. You need to understand your audience in order to lay out the problem. And that's part of the prep work that you need to be doing on the front end of designing your seminar. The next part of the what is the solution. Now, if you're doing a good job here, the solution should be the thing that you're talking the rest of the presentation about. The solution should be the thing that you are an expert in, the thing that you've developed, the thing that you are famous for or you're known for. So, for example, when I talk about the problem being lack of monthly recurring revenues, roller coaster revenues, exhaustion, lack of fulfillment, then I share the solution, which leads me to some sort of blind spot. And that solution in my case is, hey, you need a new business model. That's what I'm going to share with you in this presentation, the exact business model that I used to solve all those same problems that you are all facing. That brings me to the how. The how is the system. It's the steps, or it's the secrets. The system, steps, or secrets that they can use to solve this problem. Now, the how should be the bulk of your presentation. I would say about 60 to 70% of your presentation should fall into here. Now, the final thing that you need to get into is the now. The now is the call to action, and in some ways is the most important part of your entire presentation. I can't tell you how many times I went out into the world and created these amazing seminars and walked people through these first 4 steps and then never did the now. And guess what? Those seminars weren't very lucrative and weren't very effective at building the back end of my business. Now, in my world, leading a seminar, leading a workshop, the entire purpose of it is to get in front of new people, make new connections, and create opportunities for more business in the long run. So if you don't do this piece, you've effectively failed at that very crucial component of doing retreats and seminars and workshops for a living. So I highly recommend considering what is the action that people need to take to move to that next step of working with you or move to the next step of solving their problem. Because the truth is, you can't actually solve the problem in a 90-minute seminar or even a 2-day seminar. The truth is, you can lay the groundwork, you can do strategies, you can come up with a plan, a roadmap, but to actually implement it requires the next step. So what is the next step? What is that call to action? That's the now. So why, who, what, how, now. And by the way, just a little aside, you can switch these two around. Sometimes you can do why, what, who, how, now. I recommend doing that just based on your preference. For an example of a call to action, I'm going to do one right now. If you want to go deeper with this work and if you want to lead retreats, seminars, workshops for a living, then let's connect. I have a free gift for you. If you go to superstaractivator.com/go, or you just click on the link below, you can set up a free discovery call with me. Come with a list of questions and let's bang out some answers and also see if we're a fit to work together moving forward. Let's connect. I'll see you soon.